Happy New Year to Capricorns. So this is an astrological new year which starts on the Aries equinox when the sun goes into 0 degrees Aries, and it covers up till next year around the end of March, bringing us into the true new year. So this reading is going to cover from April to April next year, and this reading is for Capricorn sun sign and Capricorn ascendant. So let's have a look at the astrology first, and then I'm going to look at some tarot for you. So you have Pluto in the first sector. You have Pluto in the second sector, which is the sector of finances, values, and also your assets. Pluto can be a challenging placement wherever it is, but it sits there for a long time, and it represents a transformational growth within those areas. So it's still early days in this sector for you, because it's going to be there for quite a while. But what it will be doing is it can bring the sense of feeling like you have no control over your financial circumstances or but what it actually does is it brings big transformations for your financial circumstances. So some situations can feel like completely fated or out of your control, and other situations can feel like you're needing to really want to make changes in these areas and in these areas in a big way. It can also represent going through new growth or transformation within your own personal values. And this is a long and slow process with Pluto. So with Pluto there, when you have fortunate things coming up, you might find this is a fortunate boost for financial situations. With this chart, nothing much is aspecting to Pluto. It's sort of sitting out there on its own, and it's actually, just doing its thing slowly, transforming your circumstances, again, with your assets, finances, and values. So even though it might feel challenging relative to finances, or you may feel like you really want to make big changes, but it does seem to be out of your control, I feel like we're going to see in the cards when it's going to be good opportunities and more financially productive for you, or when these new big transformational changes can actually happen. In the third sector, you have Mercury conjunct the node, and this is sitting here in Pisces. And this is a really good time to be connecting up with like-minded people. And it's sitting in the place to do with your creative expression, your mind, how you think and feel. So this is going to be a time when you, not how you feel, but how you more interact is the word with others. And this is going to be a time when you're going to want to feel like you want to make some connections. Also relates to siblings, so any family members you may find that are this year is going to be more highlighted for connecting up with brothers and sisters. Mars is also sitting in this sector, which means there could be a lot of activity going on with, like I said, those that are like-minded or family members. But also with Mars, there is that potential for arguments or disagreements to actually occur within that sector. Good thing about Mars being in the third, it's actually making a really nice trine to Jupiter. And with Mars, Jupiter, this is an extremely productive time for you. And Jupiter's sitting in the seventh, your house of relationships. So this is going to be really good for, expanding within relationships, good financial growth or even personal growth can come through partner or partners' connections, and opportunities or business opportunities can also come through either family being in the third or relationships being in the seventh. The fourth sector, your sector of home, your security, your sense of belonging, you have this line-up here in Aries, and this is Sun, Neptune, Saturn here, which is all about, at a deeper level, recognizing what we're needing to let go of to actually move forward, and what is actually in the subconscious that it needs to be addressed relative to healing, relative to being able to move out of difficult circumstances, any areas where you feel you're wanting to separate from, whether it be a career, a relationship, or even just personal circumstances at home. This is with Neptune there. It's like going in a bit deeper, working into the subconscious of what is triggering you, what these issues are, to release that before you make those changes. Because with Neptune there would be a lot of fear about separation, change, or making changes. In the fourth, you have a lovely Moon Venus conjunction going on for this equinox chart, and this will bring a lot of sentimentality, meaning nostalgic sort of feelings to do with early childhood, to do with family, to do with those you love. It's a lovely nurturing aspect. It's also quite a productive aspect when it comes to anything that's relative to nurturing or taking care of others. And of course, that fourth sector is all about the nurturing care of Cancer. Chiron is also in that fourth sector, so healing any early childhood wounds would be a great, it would be could be quite relevant for you for healing this year. Uranus, again, it's an outer planet. It's going to sit here for a while. It's been here for a long time, and it is moving out actually very soon. Around the end of April, beginning of May, Uranus will move from your 5th house to your 6th house. So in your 5th house, this could bring in some challenges. Now, this would have been experienced for quite a few years now of, to do with family, to do with children, to do with, when I say challenges, it's more like unexpected situations or unexpected things coming up for you. It could feel unsettled within those environments. It's also a great time for you to, have sparked off any creative skills or abilities that you have. As it moves into the 6th house, as you move into June, it's going to really bring in some big changes in your career. Well, it can bring in some big change in your career. Now, again, this is a long, slow-moving planet. It may not happen this year, but as it progresses over the next few years, you will be brought sudden opportunities or realizations that can come through you of what you really want to do within your daily routine in your working environments. Those that aren't working in service industry, there could be sort of a drive towards that, but it would be done in quite a unique way. The 7th sector, again, relationships, as I said, is Jupiter, and of course that is a very fortunate place for Jupiter to be in that 7th sector, bringing in good relationships, good partnerships and connections with others that can really help you with growth and moving forward for the future. So a lot of expansion going on here with that strong placement of Jupiter, and it's a year where you're going to want to be more learning, researching, doing a lot more inner work when I say inner work, and there's healing in here, but I feel this is more learning about the wider picture, the bigger picture, and Capricorns are very curious about life. Very practical at looking at things as well. The 9th sector is this, you have the South Node, and this relates to, the 9th sector relates to overseas travel, and again expanding out into a broader picture of what you aspire to do, what your beliefs are, what your direction is, wanting to learn more about either certain cultures or certain places. And with the South Node there, then you may feel drawn to a place to do with where you have been, I would say, to do with past lives, but also connections from the past. There could be travel to reconnect up with others, or there could be people that are in your life for a particular reason, and that would be to bring a lot of new understandings to you. So let's have a look at the tarot for you guys. Is there anything else to mention? We also have a Sun sextile Uranus, and for you that is the 4th and the 5th. And so this is a time of, again, going back into the past, healing wounds, to in a way reinvent yourself, to make the changes you really want. And the other nice aspect is the Jupiter-Uranus semi-square. And Jupiter again, 7th, and Uranus the 5th. So through your creative skills and through your connections to people, I feel like, great opportunities can come. And with Uranus in that last part of the 5th, if there hasn't been like a feeling like you've had to reinvent yourself, and when I say yourself, not so much in your first sector, but more the 5th is how we express ourselves out into the wider world. It feels like you're wanting to expand more within that way. So I'm going to do them out the right way, count across. Let's see what comes up for you guys, what the universe wants to talk about. So exploring new things, exploring new options, places, and also areas, maybe even where you want to be. You might find you're working in a different environment this year. You really are wanting to get on with more things that actually help you to feel like you're growing, expanding, and gaining more knowledge. It's really strong year for soul connections, family again, and relationships. These are great cards here, Capricorn. You have a fabulous year. Let's get to the first part, which is some fears that you're needing to release first. Now, this again could be that Saturn Neptune going on with the Sun combination, sitting here in the 4th. And so, you might feel a little bit disillusioned over the next month, or a little bit tired of things. When I say tired of things, it's just a feeling of trust. It's a feeling of, Capricorns aren't, the most trusting of signs. They're very dubious, quite cynical, and they generally see through bullshit, so to speak. And this is all about, I'm not putting up with bullshit. In fact, if you're going to bullshit me, I'm really going to have a go about it, because this card here represents speaking your truth and just speaking your mind without really thinking about it. But with the devil there, this is like sometimes we can jump the gun, and Capricorn generally doesn't do this, but sometimes we can think someone's misleading us or not being honest with us. Sometimes that is a real sense coming from intuition. Your intuition is really strong, but or sometimes it can just be that we can see quite through it. So where you feel you're not wanting to put up with anything that you feel is not in alignment with you, and what I'm saying here is that you're a very straight up, honest person, and direct, and you don't like it when things aren't clear, direct, and straight up. You don't like it when things aren't fair either, and you speak out really about these values and about how you feel. And if people aren't in alignment with the same values as you, it feels like you're going to have something to say here. So for some reason there feels like you're wanting to step forward, and you're feeling this new cycle coming in, and you want to step forward, but you are feeling a bit scared of moving forward. But again, this is just reminding yourself of what you really want, because even though you're going to start off this year with not feeling clarity about where you're going, you're wanting to go somewhere, you're wanting to make changes. And when I say changes, not big changes in your life, but just different environments, different situations, and more expansion and growth again. Really good situations of connections. I think there's going to be a plan to reconnect up with certain people. Otherwise, I feel like in a few months, and when I say a few months, I'd say more like the second half of this year actually, you're going to be you're going to be like excited about connecting up with someone. So you're going to know that you'll be connecting up with someone soon, and it feels like there's a purpose, a reason to be getting together. When I say connecting up, they could be overseas, like I saw in the astrology, or it could be that you have some plans for somebody, and it's sort of later in the year that you're going to be getting on with it. But it does look like it's an exciting time for plans and new growth. And with these plans, you can sort of get on with them yourself a little bit, but it does involve others. The good thing about these plans is you're going to start to have this vision of it. Like, see, you're starting off feeling like you're not quite sure where you're going, but you're wanting to move forward with something, but you don't know what that looks like. It's like within a short period of time, you're going to start to really see what that's going to look like. So, just take your time with things, and, it's like one step at a time here for making or setting up things or creating new things for yourself. So there's a lot of excitement here, a lot of heart energy coming in for Capricorn, excitement around relationships, excitement around love situations. There could be news of children coming into the world. There could be news of or discussions with another, because it's all about what you're doing with others. This isn't just about, Capricorn's going to set out and do some new things that they're going to find more fulfilling, exciting. It's about people bringing you into the opportunities, because it's like you don't know quite where to find them. And through conversations and connection, and also through relationships, as I was picking up before, there seems to be lots of exciting opportunities and changes. So that would be Jupiter again in the 7th sector. So yes, a conversation is going to be had with someone very close to you about whatever that is, about the future, and about making plans to work towards that future. So it's important to believe in yourself. Again, like I said, Capricorn's going to be a bit dubious. The devil here, and then you've got the indecisive card here. And do I feel? Can I trust? Do I feel I'm good enough, or will this work out? I feel like, again, if it's not coming from you, it could be coming from partner. Now, remember, that is a reflection of something that is within Capricorn. And if you're more confident, just trusting and believe in the universe, and, you might find you've got a partner that has some Capricorn sitting in another placement for him. Sitting, a planet or a personal point in Capricorn. So sometimes we get that reflected back at us, what is within us, and it annoys us, because we make a great effort to not be like that, because whatever the keywords are for these signs, it's either something that we do or something we have a major issue with and that we have to learn about. But it is, if we go a bit deeper, something that we are a little bit scared of being. So my point with that is that we are all a reflection, a mirror, to mirror each other. And we're relying on partner because this new growth is coming in through partner. They may be wavering. They may be feeling, what if, we spend the money and it's, should we spend the money, or am I going to be able to physically do this? So again, this is where you're needing to shine that light of yours and really pull in all that confidence and trust, and, express yourself as you do in a wonderful way with those that have those concerns. So again, I'm getting a confirmation of great things coming in through soul connections. Now again, this is actually sort of confirming the travel thing. I can definitely see that, taking a trip, either someone coming to see you that's overseas, or you're going to see them. Also, I can see there's plans and people moving around. Some people may find that they're wanting to move or make a change to a different lifestyle. Whatever it is, it's really good around family. It's like, if there's been any difficulties around family, there's a big relief card coming here with the Judgment card. This is sort of saying that, the things that have happened in the past don't matter. This is about connecting and moving forward together. It's going to be a fast-moving year with changes, with people, with family, and with opportunities coming in. It looks really exciting. You couldn't have sort of better cards with these aces at the bottom, and these lovely major arcana cards with the Chariot, the Soulmate card, and the Judgment, which is like, oh, this is a big relief. Yes, I get what I want. This is like, as I was describing that Jupiter Uranus, this really good fortune coming in, and there's the travel card. Sorry, this is so glary. And here's the soulmate card, so in the middle. So fabulous outcome And again, the financial rewards coming in, the many options that are going to be presented through others, and the decisions to make. And this is, like I said, career, security, or home life. So let's have a look at the zodiac spread now. Okay. Again, we have an offer that you're going to be very excited about. It's what you're wanting. Even if you don't know what you're wanting right now, it's going to be absolutely what you want once you see it. And it's coming through, again, the 7th house, the 7th sector, and opposing this side here, which is the the opportunity or the offer. Now, you may not get too excited. You may be sort of, again, uncertain, dubious, fearful. Sometimes we want to make changes, but we, with that card, she's sitting there, she's got her cups full and she's ignoring the cups that are full. So it's sort of also saying be grateful for everything that you have in your life. It's changing for the better anyway, but while you're grateful, you're actually able to manifest this in a much better way. So Capricorns like to have a plan or a goal to work towards, and you have the moon sitting in that position of your 10th sector where we make these plans, where we have this, what do we want to reach, what is our ultimate. With the moon there, it's like sort of saying you're not sure what that is, you don't know what that looks like, you don't, you can't quite see ahead at that point in time. But with a lot of these fated changes, and again Pluto in the 2nd, that are coming in for you, where you're being told again to trust the Hierophant here, and especially around working circumstances or money circumstances, just trusting that the right situation is coming in. Capricorns here from these cards are being encouraged to be open. Your 2nd sector, it's like you're wanting to really take control of your circumstances. It's felt really tiring, but and also you've gone through a whole, or you're going through a revelation of your values and what is really important to you, and then you're going to really want to speak up about it this year. Really important to release any disappointments or any, disappointments or any battles that you've had with others, any things that have been said in the past that you haven't let go of. It's important to clear the air with that, or just go with it, go onwards, and see it for what it is and ask for it to be cleared, because that looks like that's coming up for the area that you're wanting to release. So where things haven't worked out in the past, or where things have been difficult, again, I've got this around family members, possibly again siblings, or it could just be friendships. There seems to be, again, a time where there is better situations coming in. It may not be coming in from exactly the same people, or it may do where you'll find that where there was a lack of caring or nurturing or assistance or help, there seems to be a lot of assistance and help, and someone who's very generous with their time and other things here. There's a lot to do with family and siblings, and again, it's coming up because it is a nostalgic time for you. Wanting to connect up with those that you haven't seen for quite a while, and even those that I think you felt like, things have happened. Again, just let it lie in the past. Capricorns do have a bit of a habit of burning bridges when things haven't quite gone right with people or situations, and we're all going through a healing, purging process this year with this Saturn, Neptune, Sun equinox. And like I said, with the Neptune, if we can just because this is all sort of about, it could be deception or misunderstandings or miscommunications. It can be just something that nags at you and makes you keep thinking reoccurring negative thoughts. So, this is sort of a time, like I said, to meditate or to just go within or just ask the universe to heal any past hurts, pains that have created blockages or resistance or defensiveness in you. So really good time for any Capricorns with creative ideas, with the desire to get out there in the world and sort of present their skills, and trust in your ability and your communication, and just to set up a business of some form that involves, whether it's entertainments or sort of entertaining, enjoyable. It also could be a time where you may be wanting to work with children, or a time where you're just wanting to be around the family a lot more. But this is sort of could be quite a strong building up for a business situation. But the type of business showing here could be very sort of practical, informative, but also entertaining. Yes, definitely changes around career. Really good news, new contracts coming in for your career. And within this opportunity here, you are going to be able to really either be your own boss or really just organise things the way you see fit. So Capricorns work better in a self-directed environment, and this is showing that that's what it's going to be. If it's not business, it's going to be self-directed and organised, and it could be contracting or something like that. So in a way that is self-employed if you're paying your own taxes. So new friendships and new connections are also coming in this year. Sorry, I got lost here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here. Okay. So yes, new connections, new friendships, new excitement, new plans, new business projects, anywhere where you get to utilise your leadership skills, because a Capricorn, you're a leader in your own right, and you are wanting to lead your own thing. It's not that you necessarily wanting to lead others, but you absolutely want to lead your own thing. And with this creative energy and what really drives you, and I say creative energy means creating a business, creating a home, creating a child, creating an art piece, creating music. It's all creative. We are creative beings in so many ways. We create this reality and we create this world through our conscious collective. So with that expression, with that energy, it's like follow your heart, and you will absolutely be in the more ideal situation, if not already. If you're already in your ideal situation, there's going to be a lot of growth and really good opportunities for expansion through others and through relationships this year. So I hope you enjoyed that, Capricorn, and have a great day. Bye.